All right, let's jump to 11 through 20 of the rookie rankings. Kaleb Johnson kicks us off at 11. Then we have a couple Chicago Bears, Colston Loveland and Luther Burden III. 12 and 13, then Matthew Golden, Tyler Warren, Jaden Higgins, Jack Bech, Trey Harris, Bashal Tootin, and then Matthews man, Jalen Milroe are at 20.
This is obviously not tight end premium. A lot of dynasty leagues are superflex and tight end premium, which means you get in PPR scoring, you get 1.5 points for tight end receptions, or if it's half point PPR, you get a full point for tight end receptions. These rankings are not based on that. These are based on just normal scoring. Otherwise, obviously, Loveland and Warren would be higher. But this is my 11 through 20 here, and some really interesting names. It's a fun draft this year.
Yep. Well, give us one of the names, Matthew. Who's someone that you like to make an immediate impact?
I mean, we already talked about Colston Loveland, but I'll mention Kaleb Johnson, right? I mean, this is a great landing spot for him in Pittsburgh. We know what Arthur Smith wants to do. He wants to run the ball, and so Najee Harris out, Kaleb Johnson in, and it's really just like he's going to take the Najee Harris role from last year, right? We still don't know who the quarterback is. I guess it's Mason Rudolph at the moment. Maybe Will Howard. I don't know. I don't know.
We don't know competition.
Huh?
What a competition.
What a competition.
Mason Rudolph, Will Howard, and then
talk about a quarterback room.
Whenever Aaron Rodgers wants to show up.
Exactly. I have to believe that's one of the reasons why they didn't draft a quarterback higher, is that they believe Rodgers is going to show up at some point. But regardless, whoever is the quarterback is going to be doing a lot of handing off, because that's what Arthur Smith wants to do. That's Pittsburgh Steelers football. We're going to run the ball. We're going to play good defense. And so we know what Jalen Warren's role is. Kaleb Johnson immediately falls into that. He's going to get 15 touches. He's probably going to get the short yardage work on a run-first team that's going to have a pretty good offensive line. This is a great landing spot for Kaleb Johnson.
Did Ryan Tannehill retire? Because he'd be the best quarterback on the Steelers.
It feels like the NFL retired him.
Unbelievable.
He just quietly went off into the...
His body kind of was a little breaking down at the end there.
Feels like he would have come back.
But no, it is surprising with the state of quarterback depth, the lack thereof in the NFL.
Indeed. All right, who's someone you like in this range?
You know who needs a job? Tommy DeVito.
Yes.
They make cutlets in Pittsburgh, right?
There
Come on now.
It's a global phenomenon, the cutlets.
Yeah, the cutlets.
All right, Connor, who does someone you like in this range to make an impact straight away?
I mean, I'll go deeper down the list and look at Bashal Tootin in this spot. He's somebody to me that just has so much talent in terms of the explosiveness, in terms of the ability to get going outside. And when you look at Jacksonville's backfield, I mean, do we know if ETN has anything left in the tank that's promising? It hasn't looked good. No. Bigsby is what he is. He's a high floor between the tackles runner. They need a big play threat in space, and I think that's exactly what Tootin is. So if you want to go really deep, somebody that, say November we're looking at waiver wires and he gets a spot start or he's eating into the carries and hitting a big play, Bashal Tootin could do that.
Yeah. Okay. For me, I'm going to go with Jack Bech here. When you look at the Raiders wide receiver depth chart, there's Trey Tucker, you got Jacoby Myers. I think there's a possibility that at some point we could be looking at Bech as the best receiver on this team. And Connor, you mentioned their offense probably going to be very good this year. It'll be dependent upon the development of Jack Bech. And I just think he's a all-around receiver, the best all-around receiver on this team, strong receiver, could run the routes. He does literally everything except burn you deep. And we know you don't need that. Puka Nacua came on the scene a couple years ago out the 5th round. I think this could be similar. When you see guys ahead of him that you got, Matthew, like Jaden Higgins, Matthew Golden, Bech is going to have less target competition in those situations.
I have them all right there. And in fact, if you were in this, if you're sort of in this range, I wouldn't mind trading down to get Bech and then somebody else to add some picks as well. Connor, you and I have talked about Bech off camera. I know he's one of your favorite guys in this draft.
Loved him. I think I had him 40th overall, just to show where he went 18 spots after that. He just catches everything and understands how to work into space, and he's got a big body where he could take hits in the middle of the field. So Bech, to me, I mean, he was one of the more underrated, or it caught up eventually, but he still went to pick 58. And like Lawrence
this dude was on LSU with more receiving yards than Neighbors and BTJ at one point. So
he's that kind of talent.
No, and it's a great landing spot again because, yes, they have Jacoby Myers, but honestly, after Brock Bowers, it's a little wide open. You could definitely see him second half of the year overtaking Myers to be the #1 receiver for Geno Smith.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotorWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.